We are about to start the quarterfinals. Christophe Lambert, the victor over Tom Cousins in that incredible match. The 6-red shootout, the best, I think, competitive one we've ever seen. Cousins goes up, hits around 18 seconds. You think it's all over. Christophe comes up with an incredible 17-second sprint round the table. And he had a little hesitation. It was looking like at one point the record was on the line. Brian Halcrow must have been shaking. But Christophe, what a performance, what a match against Cousins. I'm Tony Holgate, and the person that was actually in the front row seat with the Cousins-Lambert match was my co-commentator here, Stephen Jameson. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Holgate. Yeah, we'll talk about that game quite a bit, I dare say, in this match, because it does tell the Christophe Lambert story of this tournament. But that was such a special match with Tom Cousins, and it's one of those matches where you have them in all kinds of sport, where it ends up and you say, that was incredible, what a shame there had to be a loser. Because for all the amazing things that Christophe Lambert did, Tom Cousins was just as good. I mean, he's missed out essentially on a place in the round here by 0.9 seconds after lampooning in an 18-second 6-red shootout. I mean, just an awesome match, and one of my favourite matches I've commentated on in a very, very long time. I'm gonna let it sort of marinate and think about it over the course of the next sort of few weeks and months, and maybe in the new year I'll think, actually, that really was right up there for one of my favourite matches in Ultimate Pool history. I think it was that good, but I'm not going to open myself up to any recency bias. It was match of the year without question for me that I've seen. But as for the all-time statuses, we'll let it just sit for a minute and enjoy it before we go too far. But incredible match, and I mean, you know from your own experiences as a player, Tony, when you have those sorts of huge, euphoric, minor victories, actually it can become a little after the Lord Mayor's show with your next match, even though in theory it's a bigger one, it's a quarter-final. How difficult is it going to be for Christophe to almost recover from that huge high?
Well, the energy and adrenaline that sort of match sucks out of you, to get it back again, you know, how long ago was it? About 4 hours ago when they finished? And
less than that. About so they probably finished around about this time 2.5, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, you know, generally, if you're playing like the World Championships, European Championships, you had a win like that, you wouldn't play till the next day, so you could go and dine out on it for the day and sort of skip around the town and tell everybody, did you see my match? But there's not a lot of time to prepare for Christophe, and it's sort of get back on the horse again immediately, and off you go again. Now that's going to be a test and a you know, of the strength of the man inside. And I've known Christophe a long time, and you know, the man is made of steel. He really is. And I was lucky because I came in quite early because I was on a second game today, and I came in, I was with you in this commentary box, obviously watching you and your good self and Simon describing the action, and I couldn't believe with my eyes what I was seeing. I was thinking, I was so jealous. I thought, why am I not on that game? But no, it's incredible stuff. And
well, first time to properly talk about the action in the frame. Christophe lined everything up. It's been a pristine visit so far to the table from Christophe. And in lining that shot up, he knew it was tight. He had a good look at it. Went to sneak around the back of the yellow. Just got it wrong. Can he recover the situation? He's got to dig into this, I think, to avoid that yellow. No, embraces it. Is he going to have a shot? He's got a shot. But how do you like these to go 1-0 in front?
He's looking at this cut, and it's ridiculously thin. I mean, does it cut?
I think it does, but
it's really thin. Yeah, you can. But it's take the paint off the ball thin. It's a bacon slicer. Oh, he's got it.
How about it?
Does that answer your question? How he's feeling at the moment? Wow.
Well, the thing is it's another brilliant pot from Christophe. Recovered it so well. And right now that looks like a great split, and I can confirm that Christophe has got some balls as well.
We're going down that avenue, are we?
Oh, why not?
Okay then, here we go again.
Yeah, decent break for Christophe. He'll just be pleased to have the first chance. It is almost had the reverse of Wadd's break in match number 1, in frame number 1 I should say, where Wadd didn't really get hold of his break and a lot of the traffic was at the bottom of the table. This time it's all at the top. And that first shot could have come out nicer, because all of a sudden, and it's never a good sign when this happens, you play one shot and you think, oh, I really wish I was the other colour set now. So some work for Christophe Lambert. And I'm going to put it out there right now, Tony. If he gets out from here, this is another pretty special finish.
Yeah, he's knocking them worse as he goes along at the moment.
Not too sure what he's on, honestly. The yellow by the 8 ball, is that slide by? Must go to the bottom left. Yeah, quite comfy in the end. So yellow long, and then is he going to wind up another one of those excellent plants that he exhibited a couple of times in that match with Tom Cousins?
There was 2 of them. There's one very late on, which was halfway at the table.
Yeah, and it was a lot of turn as well.
Yeah, it had to be made. It's not. Again, like I say, I came 20 minutes early, so I got to see the second half of the match really, and obviously the incredible 6-red shootout. But playing with some panache.
Okay, I like this. We can see the route now.
Yeah.
Again, having to work very, very hard. It needs a good line here.
Like the way he sets himself. Brilliant shot.
Oh, you'll take that all day.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, can he just pinch this yellow into that top corner and just hold for the yellow into the centre? This is the thing.
The more I look at it, the thinner it looks.
Yeah. If the cue ball's one ball width to the left, it's easy. But then, if you can see the yellow to put it in the middle, you've now got the wrong angle to get down for the black. So you pop it in and play the double, so you can bring the cue balls back and leave a long black into the corner. So,
what I think is really crucial in this frame is Christophe's only just used an extension, so he's completed, 80% of a really tricky visit whilst keeping that in the back pocket. Can he hold? Well, if it goes top left, and I think it does, that's a lovely little roll for him.
I'm not sure. I think it might be a double. These are the ones that catch me out when I'm looking at the overhead, and I'm looking at the. When I look at the main camera, I think it might go in, and when I look at the overhead, I think it doesn't go.
I think this goes half a pocket, maybe. It's tight.
It must do, because he's cueing exactly where you would play to put it in the corner. So, fluent.
Oh, and it flies. Is he on the 8 ball?
Oh, no, he's not. There's no way he gets through that cap. There's no way he can cut that in. Well, I feel a little bit for Christophe there, because this is obviously another obscene finish that he would have taken out. Who's to say he doesn't put it length of the table, double into the top corner?
Or does it go bottom right?
He's going for the double. Length of the table, double. Has to.
He's got it. No. I got so excited.
You did get too excited.
I wanted it more.
You peaked too early.
Yeah. I wanted it more than was reasonable there.
Yeah, you did.
That was an incredible effort at the finish from Christophe Lambert. And if you are just joining us and you didn't see his match against Tom Cousins earlier, that was the sort of finish that he was sort of having to take out on repeat.
Yeah. Do you get really excited on Christmas Eve?
No.
To the presents? Well, no, you seem like you would.
No. It's not quite the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But 10 seconds before the claws go into the wrapping paper, I'm buzzing, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You're that guy.
Oh, you've got to enjoy it.
You have.
not the best shot Wadd's ever played. So all of a sudden these reds might look a little bit tricky, but Wadd is absolutely one of the very best single ball potters on the Ultimate Pool circuit, and he may well need to be on a couple of these.
Yep, the Silver Sniper. Of course, the winner of Event 7 when we were last here. Followed up by Sean Chipperfield winning Event 8. Two great potters in the professional game. I think he's just going to have to take his medicine and play this red up the rail. Just get back and just leave a slight angle and just dribble the ball up the rail. I don't like the cut now, I really don't. I think he's got to go upstairs and cut this one and then try and move it again. I don't like this at all. He's a bit in between the old devil and the deep blue sea here.
He's taking it on. He does back his potting, and he should.
This is essentially the black ball. No, it's wide, so I've cut it.
Well. It was a real toughie, but Christophe Lambert is going to sneak ahead by 2 frames to 0.
For the thin cut into the centre. In it goes.
2-0 Christophe, and that could be a big early moment. That's a much better break from Wadd. But he's not going to be rewarded. That's tough. Much better break than he hit for his first. One thing I would say about what we've seen from Christophe today is his potting has been unbelievable. Well, it looks like he's really sharp. Everything's centre of the pocket. He's struggling a bit with his cue ball on admittedly some pretty tough finishes, but his actual potting to keep the sort of progress going, there's been some high tariff stuff, and he's...
Yeah, the old recovery pots.
Yeah, he's really been there. And you never sort of, we talked about it earlier. We know Craig, his reputation is one of an amazing potter, essentially, and builds his game off the back of that. I don't think Christophe gets talked about in that same sort of regard, but he is phenomenal.
You seem to get Christophe's best game when his back's against the wall. When he's cornered,
Yes.
he's like a vicious animal when he's cornered.
Yeah, I do get that feeling a little bit. He's a Pro Series champion already. Yeah, won last year. He got the win over Joe O'Connor in the final. Now I have to assume he can squeeze through to that red at the top right. I think he's okay to do so, but I think if he comes back, he's going into the yellow. And he is going to want to draw the cue ball back here. Can he pinch it? Just.
He's looking at his double. But it's getting on the next ball, though, after that. I mean, you can just chop that red into the corner, down into the bottom right, and use the black ball to hold on the other red, but surely he can't be playing a double now. He is.
Oh, he is a phenomenal doubler.
Yeah, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not about getting a double. It's getting position on his next ball. He's playing with a little bit of left-hand side. He's coming around the cushions. I don't like that. Is he on it?
I think he's on it.
Wow.
I think he's just about made the gap to the top red. The next question is he straight enough to hold on the second red? And there's your answer.
Oh dear.
Oof. He just caught was it the 8 ball? The cue ball glanced.
Skimmed it,
I
yeah.
just think it took a bit of the pace out of it.
Not only that, the only way to get to hit the red and right is going to have to come off the top rail, slight bit of right-hand side, come between the 2 yellows, try and hit the red into that yellow to put it in the corner. That would be my first glance, but it's now running out of time.
He's played a little bit of a two-way shot there in the sense of wanted to keep the cue ball, I think, downstairs. But yeah, just ran out of options there, Christophe Lambert, and that's sort of what I talked about a moment ago, is you can't keep sort of riding that impossible finish wave, because it just will get the better of you at some point.
Lady Luck only has so much love to give.
Sound like you're talking from experience, Tony.
Well, as a player that relied on a lot of luck, yeah. Still a dodgy yellow for Craig Waddingham, tucked on that cushion on the left-hand side of the table. And I wonder if he'll be trying to play a cut up to that pocket again. I doubt it. I will think he will be either trying to move it or he'll leave a double.
Well, he's got options for both of that, really.
Yeah, he'd like to not be that close to the cushion here. It's a little bit funny now for his next ball, because all he can do is really roll his yellow into the corner. I'll be playing double now. He's on it. He's on it. It's just middle of the cue ball, straight double back. Cue ball comes around those 3 cushions.
He's going to go into it now, I think. Has got his angle.
A big shot here for Craig. I know it's early in the match, but he won't want to let another one slip when he's had a chance.
Oh, how is that for coming up smelling of roses? That is lovely. Really has come out nicely for Wad. And he's going to get himself on the scoreboard here.
Lovely control with the cue ball.
Craig Waddingham gets himself a frame on the board. It's 2-1. Jack Whelan to sign off his ultimate pool career with a Pro Series title. Shane Thompson returning to the summit after a long time away. Declan Brennan continuing his career. You can make a great case for any of them to win it, and that's when it's exciting for me. Whatever happens, come what, 10 o'clock, we'll be in for a treat, I think.
Absolutely. And then they're all off and running again tomorrow.
Quite.
Christophe there opting not to attempt anything. Didn't fancy either. So just putting Craig Waddingham back into bat. You on your travels then before Christmas again?
Nothing too exotic, Mr. Holgate, I can tell you. We'll be travelling to sunny Staffordshire in a couple of weeks.
Sunny Staffordshire.
For the Pro Cup.
Of course.
But, no, fairly low key for this time of year, which is quite nice. Quite like getting sort of festive and homely.
You were very busy on trips to the Olympics and things like that. And
yeah.
Man of many talents and many jobs here and there, haven't you? I mean,
Well, I like to keep myself busy and out of trouble.
that's it, mate. I used to have a job in a big department store years ago as a mannequin in a shop window. Held that position for years.
I'd love to say something insightful, but
You can't.
I can't, no. Craig Waddingham's at the table. Wants a nice roll. He'll take it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. See that red just above the black goes into this bottom right-hand corner. Still work to do though, but as we said earlier, one of the game's great potters. Has he got enough roll on that cue ball? He has. I thought for a fleeting second there that was just going to pull up short and be sort of stuck on top of the red. But he has a little angle. He can get down now for the two reds further down. This wants to be straight-ish. That looks pretty good. And this has been a very, very good out from Craig Waddingham. Very delicately done, and I'll tell you what, the precision from Waddingham's finish there, that's excellent pull from Craig Waddingham, and he draws level with Christophe Lambert at 2-2. Nice split, but he's not going to have any friends. And it will be the Frenchman that comes to the table with the first opportunity in this fifth frame. We'll have another look at Craig's dry break. And Christophe is going to have to sort of have a little reset now, after being parked in his chair for a couple of frames. Oh my word, and that is not what the doctor ordered there.
Just a weird shot from Christophe, because look where the cue ball's gone. I don't think it's particularly helpful for him. I don't think it's necessarily going to be frame defining. I think there's more to say in this one, but yeah, not the best shot at all, really.
Has his mind gone for a wander while he's been sat there watching Craig clear up?
Possibly.
Sort of, you go into sort of autopilot mode and just sort of go through the motions for a frame or two, and if you start doing that, you're going to be in trouble, because after the start Christophe had, it certainly has got Craig Waddingham's full attention. As he played a little swerve shot there to pot that red. That's a nicely executed shot, but a little bit unfortunate when he's not that red behind those two yellows. Now, when he played a double, while he's bang on it now, he could play it straight into the middle. I think he's going to. Cracking ball there, and all of a sudden, Craig Waddingham's owned up this frame. And if he gets his finish, Christophe will not be a happy man, because, to be fair, he's been gifted this chance by the Frenchman. Red and black down now. Don't know if he can pot it cleanly with it, or just sort of squeeze off that yellow into the corner bag. Craig would have already looked at that, so I'm presuming we are going to get our answer to that question very soon. going very close to the black as well. It could be causing another problem. He might even play red onto red, cannon the ball into the corner, kick yellow and black all apart. Sort of like a 3 to 4 ball cannon, or nothing at all. Just pot it cleanly in the corner pocket, of course. I'm there now running away with myself into all sorts of fantasy pool, and I'll just sit here suspended in animation and talk absolute nonsense. It did look a feasible shot, though, to be fair.
It did.
Well, how about that from Craig Waddingham? Powers that into the corner, and the black has just parked itself right next to the cue ball, with the yellow shunting into the middle bag, and he'll take that to the bank.
Oh, it's come alive, this match.
Fine.
How on earth has that black ball stopped dead when he's hit it? I mean, it's obviously hit the middle of that yellow. Dig once again, as he did against Tom Cousins.
Well, he's finally got his break to fire. That's that cue ball is exactly what he's looking for. The split is exactly what he's looking for. But he's not got a ball, which is what he was looking for.
If you're Craig Waddingham and you want your opponent to break and leave an open table, that's exactly what he was looking for.
Oh, quite. It's a lovely opening shot from Craig. And again, it couldn't have come out any nicer for him.
That yellow very friendly to come down the table to help him as well. But when he's just kicked off the rail. And just looking at this split, I can't see a way that Christophe is going to come back to the table in this frame. But then again, how many times have we said that in the course of pool commentary?
Well, quite.
Slight overrun. I'd be tempted to cut the yellow in that's furthest up into the middle. Craig, however, fancies a different way. What do you think by cutting the one in the one that was above the blue spot, bringing the cube off the top row? You're always going to land on either of the two yellows at the bottom of the table, and it also gets rid of your most awkward ball.
Just think he's maybe giving some credence to taking this one to the right centre, holding on the red.
I think holding on the red is going to be a bit too far up.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he feels he can maybe slide by, get a bit of nip on it, and maybe go bottom right, bottom left. Soon see what he's thinking. I'd say always a bit hard to sort of predict a Craig Waddingham pattern, because he does do it differently than others, and this is, yeah, bottom right, bottom left.
Certainly the scenic route, but just as effective. Oh dear.
Wow, that is rocking horse levels of surprise and rarity. They do not come along very often at all.
Yeah, a very big shake of the head there from Craig.
Got it all wrong. And another swing, because it just felt, you know, Craig's won 3 in a row. He looks odds on to win his 4th in a row, and he's putting Christophe bang under it. Because Christophe, since those first 2 frames where he sort of scratched and clawed to get 2 on the scoreboard, he's not done anything since, and he's had, I think, a couple of opportunities in that time. And Craig does have that streak in him where if he smells blood, he's very, very good at going for it. And with that being said, I think he will really feel that was a wasted opportunity.
Well, everything goes here for Christophe. Bit soft, shallow. I'd like to come out a little bit more, but it's fine. Just got to dig a little bit deeper now on this ball, and if it had been a little bit sort of more to the right.
Oh, he's played that well. See what I mean, though, what I was saying earlier about how well he's cueing the ball? Like, just really, really well at the moment. Everything's hitting centre pocket.
This is a 3 apiece.
Get the sense that
Fine.
if he can start getting some slightly more sort of rudimentary chances, and he can build into a bit of rhythm.
He is that.
Oh, you can't believe that's dry.
He's cut breaking dry.
Oh, that's amazing that that's dry. I mean, that middle pocket was it. Especially, just watch this. Watch the top middle pocket as we look. Yep, no. Yep, no. Yep, no. And then there's one on the on the other side, absolutely hanging in there. It's a tough dry break that for Wadd. It really is. And if that red goes to the middle pocket, it just drops over the knuckle into the left centre. Oh, red's the choice. Because if it doesn't go, I can't imagine why you'd go reds.
No. He's obviously playing this red now into the centre off the yellow. But you've got this red that's just on that rail, and Christophe must feel that it sneaks past, or is he going to have to move it? It does. It's very tight to his bottom right-hand corner. And that tells you the story that it did not go. So this looks like a familiar Christophe situation. Ball's been bumped around and nothing particularly easy and accessible. So you know he'd probably finish it.
Yeah.
Foul.
Lovely cut. That is such a good cut in the corner.
Do you know what? He's played
Fouled.
Oh, wow.
Top on.
I think he must have moved the ball with his hand, or the.
Yellow.
Yeah.
The yellow under his cue. And, you know, we talk a lot about Christophe's cue action and the amount of sort of tremble that he gets on his shot. It can be quite sort of jerky and all the rest of it. And I think that's what's cost him there. I think as he sort of finished his shot, he's just caught the top of the yellow at the bottom of his cue. Which is such a shame because he played such a good shot there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that was the frame, because he'd done all the hard work. He'd played a great pot, but he played an even better cue ball to hit that yellow full in the face, and he's right back on track. That frame was over.
Lovely shot there as well from Craig. Pots that into the middle. He's bumped his only yellow that was stuck on a rail out into open play. Black goes past the red into the left-hand centre, and this is a golden chance for Waddingham to get 4-3 in front, restore his one-frame lead. Lovely control, go around those angles. Now has he got the memory of that miss from the last frame out of his head? It looks like he has. He looks like a more determined individual. Go around the table. He looks like a player with purpose. Down goes the black. Waddingham goes back to his chair. Another frame to the good.
Well, the Christophe Lambert break is starting to fly, and that will be a real boon for the Frenchman. I do think when it's on, and it's not always, which is why it probably doesn't fall into the category of the elite, the likes of your Tom Cousins, your Jack Whelan for me, best 8-ball breaker in English 8-ball. And I don't think Christoph's is quite there consistently enough. But when it works, I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely impeccable. Gets so much power through it. Cue ball just pops up and sits in the middle of the table. Big split. Nice chance.
Early this season, a standout break for me, and it was like for the first sort of 3 or 4 events, and then he sort of just, I don't know, he's fizzled away at the moment, was Chris Day.
Oh, good. Yeah, very, very good.
Really, you know, when he beat Melling and his break was just every break was like 2 or 3 balls, but the cue ball was bang stuck exactly like on a sixpence in the middle of the table. I thought this guy's now found it. He's found his break, but then I think it's sort of deserted him. And I suppose if you get a few drivers, then you start moving around again, and then you lose your position.
I think the reason why I probably don't include CD in that conversation, because you're absolutely right, he's an exceptional breaker. He's a tinkerer. He's an absolute tinkerer, and he's constantly chopping and changing and all the rest of it. So you don't really have a sort of a signature Chris Day break. Whereas you think of Tom Cousins, you think of Jack Whelan, you think of Christophe Lambert, you know exactly what they're going to do every single time they do it. And I think with a break, that's really, really important. I spoke a lot with Craig Waddingham yesterday, because he's got himself a sort of a new pre-break routine and a new break cue, and he's approaching the whole thing very, very differently. And it's paying dividends for him, obviously. He's having a great run here to the quarterfinals, at least, of Pro Series 9. Just going to halt this break chat, because Christoph's got a big shot to play here. Wants to hold on this yellow. Oh, it's such a lovely shot. Was not a lot of room past that 8-ball. 8-ball, I believe, goes to both corner pockets. But can take his pick.
Did get enough bottom and side on that. He tried to come back past it and have the black in the same pocket. Now then.
Well, he's got to keep his head, because this goes top right. Almost certain. It's a little bit of a fiddly one. As long as it goes past the first yellow, I think it definitely goes past the second. But the way that he's approaching this, I'm not sure. He looks really gutted. This makes me think it doesn't pass.
He's had 2 good looks. I'll tell you now, he's going for it. Top right-hand corner. He's set himself up. So this is it. Very, very thin chop in the top right-hand corner.
Oh, I tell you what, Tony, what a shot.
Oh.
And it hangs. It hangs. It's a brilliant effort.
Unbelievable. Just caught that jaw at the front. Waddingham now going for the safety. Try and plonk the cue ball firmly in the grasp of these 3 yellows at the bottom of the table. I'll tell you what, he's left him a good chance here.
I don't love that. I don't love it.
You don't love it? What, the chance?
No, the choice to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You had to get right behind that yellow on the rail. So this is like you strike down slightly with right-hand side, hit the cushion just before the left-hand middle. So you like the way to play this is like a swerve shot into there, and then you'll widen the angle. Do not want to hit this hard. That's brilliant. Perfect.
Brilliant from Christophe Lambert. Fabulous shot. And Craig will be kicking himself that he's allowed that for me.
Yeah, the mistake players make sometimes, and you know, not at this level, but at sort of like, you know, level from sort of Super League-ish, well, they'll play that hard and thinking to widen the angle. It's not. It's a very soft sort of slight swerve. Anyway, 4 each. Waddingham gets a ball off the break, but just look where the cue ball's landed. He'll be overjoyed with that, I'm sure.
often mistakes tend to have a horrible habit of just multiplying on themselves through no fault of your own.
All the time. On average, all the time.
He's not got it. I think there's a shot here for Christophe if he wants it. And we know how he's been playing. He's not been one to turn down a shot.
Station call.
Oh, he couldn't quite get through. Big moment.
Yeah, and we're approaching the old last 10 minutes as well. We're going to go into during this frame. Nothing to choose between these two great combatants. Anybody's match, a place in the semi-final this evening up for grabs, and I bet Craig's heart was in his mouth when he knocked that black ball towards that middle back there for a second. That will go cleanly, that's for sure. So it's a case of Craig being able to knock away these reds. You look at the two balls that are very close to each other at the top, left sort of area, and they both go, but it's just its position that's the key here.
Crucial juncture of the match. The alarm sounds. We're into the 15-second shot clock zone. We're 4-4. I don't know if we will see a potential 5 frames in 10 minutes here. If it continues to go back and forth, I think 7-6 feels unlikely, which brings the clock very much into play.
Well,
what have you just done, Craig?
I don't know why he didn't just roll it in. Just a little bit right hand side, just come off the side rail and just drop it in.
He's overplayed it by about a foot.
Yeah.
Attention.
He's got to play a good shot now. It's still recoverable.
He's made the pot. Now, can he see enough to just flick this black in? This is really, really tight.
He can.
Oh, Craig.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't blame you for looking up to the stars of some celestial help. So Christophe Lambert breaking off desperately requires a ball, and to keep the cue ball in play, yellow top corner.
It makes such a difference to Christophe's game when that break is firing. It really does. Just like any pool player. But when your break, when it's good, is that good, it does make all the difference. What a chance. It feels like one of the few times in the match where these are wide open, get about your work, get in amongst it, get another frame on the board. Everything else has felt a little bit cagey. There's been work, it's been difficult.
What I like is that the more I see him play with the 15 seconds of shot, Christophe, the better I think he is at it. One of the few players that I think he embraces this.
Yeah,
he hasn't got to, there's no messing about having to overthink the situation. He's going to roll this in the middle, play that in the corner, those two down the bottom of the table. I think he's one of the best at the 15 seconds.
Well, he's got brilliant patterns. When it's laid out like this, he's one of the best players in the world because he sees the pattern so well. And we saw it in his game with Tommy. Had a couple of finishes that were amazing because he can rattle them in. It's why he's such a good six-round shootout player.
Yeah.
Because he sees the pattern so quickly.
I think when he's left there too long to think about things, that's when he makes mistakes.
Yeah, historically he was always one of the slower players. Oh, he's got that wrong.
He's okay. He's okay. I think he has a choice. I think he can actually play this into the yellow and knock it in the middle. Might go for the cut just for better position on the black. Now then.
I'll tell you what, if you're at home watching this and you're truly invested in Christophe Lambert,
Yeah.
he's not making it easy on you.
Is he playing the cut or the double? I think he plays the cut.
Fabulous.
Oh! I thought it was in.
Oh, me and you both.
I was about to say what an incredibly good finish.
Oh, that's missed by a millimetre.
That's
That
what
really has not missed by much.
no, that's what Craig Waddingham has been presented with.
Cool. Whistles it in.
Somebody get the fire brigade to come and put the cloth out. Huge, absolutely huge. This, a 2-frame cushion for Waddingham would be pretty much the writing on the wall.
Well, I think Tom Cousins was 6-4 up on Christophe earlier on.
Yeah, but how long was left?
Only a little bit more than this.
All right. But it's Waddingham's break next
Yeah,
as well.
it would be huge. I'm not trying to say it's not.
You're trying to say it's not.
No, absolutely not.
joking.
This
Right.
yellow is tight past this 8 ball.
Well, he's had a couple of looks at it, so he must be confident he goes. Just came down the table quite a bit there.
Yeah,
Very nicely done.
6-4, Craig Waddingham climbs astride the hill and Christophe Lambert will be left to rue. A massive miss. But hey ho, if 10 seconds becomes a key factor at the end of this match, we'll certainly come back to it. But Craig Waddingham is going to get his first chance to win the match.
Again, how many times has Craig broke and ended up stuck to a ball at the top of that table? The last 2 breaks he's had, he's ended up stuck to a red in by bulk. And he's there again. But he has got a chop thin yellow into the corner. And he's made it, but not sure how far this clearance will take him, because the next shot's a very thin cut back into the corner. Or he's going upstairs for a very long, tough putt. So he's going for the... Wow, he missed that by a long way.
Are we about to see another twist?
Wow. We can't see fun and games like this again in a Christophe Lambert match, can we? I'm now a believer.
Well, these reds are all there for Christophe. He has 4 minutes. He will have the next break. There is absolutely nothing to say he can't do what he did before again.
I want 10 seconds left on that clock when he's done it as well.
Oh, yeah, that'll do. Little nice... Yeah, it's a lovely kiss. A French kiss.
Oh dear. You keep your distance.
It wasn't an offer.
I'll come back in the commentary box and I was heading back into Hotel Foyer at the time when you said... He's got it.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is immaculate from Lambert. He's going to give himself pretty much just under 3 minutes.
And the thing is as well, as he goes back within one, brilliant finish.
That was on Waddingham's break.
It was. So Christoph's got the next break. And what I will say is no one in this building doesn't know what Christophe and Tom did earlier. There was a lot of people watching it. Everyone's been talking about it. If Christophe was to win this match, to win this frame and take it to 6-6 and we go to a 6-red shootout, that has to be a little bit of, it feels like he's got 1 foot ahead of Craig before it's even started, surely. The intensity of Christophe Lambert.
Oh,
straighting off.
Just look at the split.
And Craig Waddingham practically bounces to the table.
Look
He
at
can't
that.
believe his luck.
Look at that split. So these balls now are there for Waddingham to wrap up this match. It's been a great watch once again.
Oh, he threw everything at it and he just lost the cue ball.
Does Craig Waddingham use his extension now, surely, or in a couple of shots' time?
No, you just get this one. You just get this one. I think you've got to trust yourself if you're Craig here. If you don't need to take it, you've got to back yourself to make these. Well, I think he might have to go cushion first here. Overhead camera I've got might just be deceiving me. Has he come a fraction far? I think he's okay. No, it was cushion first. Controlled it okay. If he misses, Christophe will have time. It's a race to counter clear. Craig has to get these. 2 balls away from a shot at the 8 ball.
I'll tell you now, I'm using the extension.
Oh, he has now. He has used it.
Oh.
He used it on that last shot where he had to play cushion first. How's your cue ball? It's okay.
Yeah, this is over.
God, it's been another cracker.
It has been. It's been so watchable, this game. Couldn't take your eyes off it.
Come on.
And Craig Waddingham knows now. Another semi-final for Craig Waddingham. His journey is not done yet. Christophe Lambert's road is halted, though. What a matchup between these two giants. Fabulous match. And Craig Waddingham gets the job done.